go. What's up, guys? I'm a fish, and today I'm going to be continuing my Humanity Restart series. But you can change that. If you haven't seen, I've created a poll where you guys can decide if we should. Hold on, it's a fly. Dang it, it's dark. I can't see if I got it. Okay. I created a poll on whether I should change the name of the series or not. So I've had a few ideas of what I could change it to, and if you would like to see the name changed, then go ahead and leave a vote on the poll. So I was taking a drink of my sweet orange vitamin water. Ooh, ah. Anyway, so for the few seconds that you guys have been looking at this map, have you noticed something different? Something that wasn't like the way it is before? Something blue? And very sporadic and blue? That is right. The lakes. No, the rivers. I've created a new layer, well, technically two new layers, but one's temporary, where I have been tracing every coastline, river, and lake on the entire map. If I were to turn off nations, yep, this is what I have so far. So, these are the areas you should expect to see expansion in. I don't want to do like Africa or Australia or anything until I get those areas done, because it makes expansion a lot easier. Because I don't have to worry about tracing every river. I can just, for example, let's turn nations back on and head over to China over here. Let's grab their, on the wrong layer. Let's grab their color, go to pencil tool, and let's have them go over here. Now, I don't have to worry about the rivers because they're on a separate layer. Now I can still color in the ocean over here, so I do have to trace the coastline still, but tracing the coastline is no big deal. And really, I don't really have to be super clean with it either, because like some sections have lots of black pixels like this one right here. And then I grab my fill tool, fill, boom, it's so clean. Look at that. And I think I'm going to keep that change. Look at that. China's big now. And speaking of China, at the end of the last video, I said there was supposed to be a lot more civilizations here in China. So, let's catch up on that. So, as you can see, there are five new civilizations here in this region. We have this red country up here. We got this little purple country, this kind of teal, and this I don't know what I would call that. Now, yeah, as you can see on this layer, 3 of these are outside of the explored territory. The red country is inside, which means that this country, what should I call it? I'm going to redo that. That means that Xinjiang, Korea, and and Manchukuo are all growing separate from the rest of the world. There are 3 different cultures that are completely different from anything we've seen so far. Different languages, like just because these 2 are close, it doesn't mean they're not related in any way. They speak entirely different languages with different alphabet. Yeah, I think you get the point. But just because they're all completely separated doesn't mean that I'm not going to do this. So just keep in mind, these 3 completely different from these. I don't know. I'm also just going to do that. Yeah, let's go ahead and do a bunch of exploration right now. Korea gets explored. No one knows about Japan's existence yet. Um, the British Isles get fully explored. A bunch of exploration in the Nordic lands. In fact, all the Nordic lands, and pretty deep into Russia. Now in Africa, we see nothing. Um, there's likely not going to be anything in Africa until I get a lot more progress on this map. But hey, all of this, Europe, the Middle East, India, China, it's all free. And Central Asia. Kinda. South Central Asia. So anyway, let's go do some expanding elsewhere in the world. In India, South India, not becoming a power. Very clear. So, who will become a power? Bangladesh again? Nah, that'd be boring. So, this place is getting invaded. By who, you may ask? Well, you can probably see what I'm doing in the color section down here. Um, so yeah, this Central Asian country right here is going to invade into this dark purple nation. Um, the reason being they want a coastline, and this country isn't actually that strong. So yeah, they're going. Hello, tolerance. Yeah, they're going to immediately take all of this southern section right here and focus their forces up along this river. Now, this is already pretty much half the country taken over, so it's not going to take that much more effort for central India to push up, take the capital city, take that city, and yeah, boom, surrendered. Now let's see what the peace treaty. Let's see what the peace treaty looks like, everybody. So this is what that peace treaty looks like. As you can see, most of this country was annexed, including two of its three major cities. So the last one was made the capital. And what's actually going to be quite surprising to its neighbors is immediately after doing this, um, Central India is going to go on the attack again. See, immediately after this area is well incorporated into their territory, they're going to move their forces to the opposite end of the country. They're going to invade into um, this part of was formerly part of Bangladesh. The South India attempted to invade it, lost, and how embarrassing! Everyone would and laugh at South India. Ha 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 ha. But Central India is no, it's different. They're going to immediately push to the coastline, cutting the country in half, separating the capital city from this city up here. And then, Invasion 2, Electric Boogaloo. South India is going to push up into I don't know what to call this country still, uh, into this country. So, yeah, they're going to push up into this lime team. Lime? Mint, really? I feel like mint is better. But it's not. I feel like it's too lime to be mint, but too mint to be lime. Anyway, back to their obliteration. South India is going to capture the capital city, and that is when this country is going to surrender to both South India and Central India. Let's see what that peace treaty looks like. So this is what that peace treaty looks like. So Central India and South India have both carved up the state that still remains right here is one city. So yeah, now Central India has the southern half of India cut off from the rest of the world, and Sri Lanka. Don't forget Sri Lanka. They're important because they managed to beat South India earlier. Everyone laugh at South India. Ha 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 ha. Now, jumping not too far away, this country, right here, that lost to the red team, is going to lose to the red team again. There's the capital. There's that city. So yeah, the war the war doesn't start out well for India. Not really sure what to call this country because we got India, 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 we got Bangladesh, we got India. No, remember that the red team it may be small, but it has a strong military because it that's what its entire thing is. It focuses pretty much everything on military. So India right here, which I guess is kind of Pakistan, not India. Um, anyway, they get beaten pretty badly. They lose all their coastline. But hey, don't worry, they don't do nothing. They manage to retake this city for like 5 days. And then the country gets split in half. Then the forces. Yep, that's the North. Uh, yep. That's about right. Yep. All right. Well, that's all of India taken over in a matter of weeks. The red team steamrolled them. So yep, let's see what this peace treaty looks like. India or Pakistan got fully annexed by the red team in this war. Also, the red team they moved their capital. Originally it was right here. Now it's right here. Just thought I'd mention it. So yeah, now the red team now has a massive population, and they are certainly relevant again. They have achieved their goal and moved off of the chopping block for Persia. Because like, did you see how quickly they wiped out India? They don't want to waste their manpower on that when they can just invade Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan and Turkmenistan and Afghanistan. Ooh, actually, no, maybe don't invade Afghanistan. That doesn't typically go well for empires. You know what? There hasn't been a war in Europe for a little bit. Like, there was only one, like, what, last episode? So I think we need another war. Remember when I said, "Hey, I wonder why the Denmark doesn't want to expand?" This is why. This is why they didn't want to expand. They are their forces flood into Prussia and almost immediately take the capital. Fortunately, though, the forces stationed in the capital managed to fight off the Danish and push them back to the border in the north. Meanwhile, in the south, a major city is lost, and Danish forces set up a defensive hold along this river. Yeah. So Prussia, um, seeing heavy resistance at the river, um, decides that simply they're going to do what the Germans did. They're going to go around it. Oh, wait, they're going to go around it. They go around, get behind the armies, and wipe them out. And this is the part where Denmark starts to realize they might have messed up. The Prussians, uh, the Prussians now instead fled into Denmark. They cut the country in half, separating the Dutch part from the Danish part, push up to what is the Kiel Canal, except on the map, like canals and rivers They were originally a different color, but when I drew over it, I just made them all one color. You can see that down here in the Suez too. So seeing how this was how this is all Prussia's invasion into Denmark was a defensive invasion. I'm not going to call it. I mean, Denmark started it, so maybe invasion isn't the right word. Like a defensive. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, Prussia, they're not looking to get a bunch of land, since they were simply defending themselves. But that doesn't mean they're not gonna, get something. They're gonna keep pushing over here to the Netherlands. So yeah, and then they're gonna push up a little more. There's going to be a big fight at this major city, which ends in a Prussian victory, and that's when the Danish are going to surrender. So this is what Denmark looks like now. They lost to the Prussians, and this war may have been a little bit biased because I love Prussia. But yeah, this is Denmark. They're basically just modern day Denmark minus Greenland, plus the Netherlands. Anyway, yay, big Prussia, yay! Now, while this was all happening, let's go ahead and see what the other European countries were doing. So Europe did a little bit of expanding. Caucasia over here, or I guess. Let's see. That's not Caucasia because Caucasia is right here. I don't know. Anyway, they got cut off by Crimea. No, not Crimea. That's Crimea. By Ukraine. Romania. This place. That place. This place. Both Frances. They all expanded a little bit. These five all expanded. I know they're not European, but I decided to expand them anyways. And I also placed a few more major cities around in various locations. Oh wait, actually, hold on, never mind. I forgot. Um, um, okay. Well, actually, I think that is going to wrap up this episode. If you guys enjoyed, then leave a like. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already. And I will see you in the next video. Also remember to answer that poll if you so wish to.